Hey guys, it's Kelly, and I'm back to talk about the Pay It Forward Friday series that I'm starting. I'm promoting random acts of kindness, and I wanted to share with you yesterday something I experienced, and it's exactly in line with what I'm talking about. And so yesterday, I was coming home from the long weekend. I hope y'all had a good weekend. Um, and I was thankful for service members who served our country and paid the ultimate price. Thank you so much to you and your families. Anyway, I was coming home from hanging out with the fam, and that was a great visit. And the only reason I agreed to go out is because I knew I'd be going against the traffic. So I decided to travel for the long weekend. I'm coming home, and I'm like, oh, I need to stop and get gas. And so I pulled over and pulled into the gas station, and the lines were like at Costco without the Costco prices. So, nope, not going to do that. I crossed the street and the lines were a lot shorter. And I noticed this gentleman pull up next to the pump I would be using. I was waiting for a gentleman to finish up. And he had a huge motorhome pulling a trailer with recreational vehicles on the back. And anyway, I'm just thinking, oh my God, I don't know where you guys are, but here in my neck of the woods, it's right around $5 a gallon. So anyway, I get my turn and I have to go inside because the pay at the pump feature's not working. So, okay, I've already had to switch gas stations. I've already had to wait. I'm really anxious to get home. And now I've got to go wait in line to pay for my gas, to prepay for my gas. So I do that. And the attendant inadvertently adds $10 to what I asked for. And I didn't notice it until I was done pumping. And in between that, I had asked the guy next to me with the motorhome, hey, how big is your tank? He said 60 gallons. 60 gallons times 5, you do the math, plus the other vehicles. And I said, I'm so sorry. He's like, yeah, I know. So anyway, I'm done pumping gas and I'm like, oh God, starting to get pissed off because I know I've got to go back in and I've got over $10 left. And I start to feel like, oh, now I'm really mad. And then I catch myself and this light went off in my head. And I thought, oh, wait a minute. I can give this guy the rest of my gas. I can turn this negative annoyance into a blessing. So I did. And the look on his face was so worth it. He was so surprised. And it wasn't much. You know, it's just the gesture to do something nice for someone. And that's what I'm talking about. If you make the intention that you want to start doing random acts of kindness, and I call it paying it forward, because to me, that's what I'm doing. I'm paying it forward. I feel blessed, and so I want to bless others. And if you put that intention out there, the universe will put ample opportunities for you to do that. You just have to pay attention. And think beyond yourself. Think beyond the end of your nose and be aware of your surroundings and take a look around. And so many of us, and I'm guilty of this too, we walk around with our phones in our face and we don't even notice things. We're so wrapped up in what we're watching on the phone or what we've got to do. But if you put your phone down and look around, there's a million ways you can do something nice. And I'll tell you, I've said it before, if I'm ever in a grumpy mood, that is the fastest way to pull myself out of it, is just to go do something nice for someone else. And it snapped me right out of it. I enjoyed the rest of my drive home. And I know I've talked about legacy before, and it's thinking big picture. It's thinking outside the box. It's thinking beyond yourself about your fellow man and doing something nice. And it does make someone's day. But if I'm continuing with the big picture thinking, for me, what I'm really trying to achieve is just restoring faith in mankind. I think that's the best lesson of it all, and teaching people not to be so self-absorbed and self-centered and looking out for their neighbors. So I really wanted to share that with you guys because it was just a perfect example of taking an opportunity of a perceived negative situation and turning it around and making a positive out of it. And you can do that with almost, well, any negative situation. I know I've talked about today my story about paying it forward at the gas pump, and that did involve money. But there's also, I wanted to mention, I know last time I said I was going to make a video about, the non-monetary ways of paying it forward. And that is something, it can be something as simple as saying hi, smiling at someone, and maybe if you've got a couple extra minutes, striking up a small conversation. At the grocery store, I do that all the time, and I've always got my eye open. I'm like, okay, where is there going to be an opportunity where I can sneak in and make someone's day? And it's not hard. There's a million ways, but at the grocery store, I like to talk to the older generations. I just adore them, and they really appreciate it too. A lot of them are so lonely, and also help unloading their groceries, taking the cart back. You can mow somebody's grass. I mean, there's a million. It depends on you and your own creativity. So I didn't want to just mention only things that you do monetarily. It's just thinking about other people and making their day a little brighter. It doesn't involve money, guys. All right.